There is nothing wrong with the occasional Brazilian butt lift or even the body tuck-in procedure, but some people have gone too far with plastic surgery, turning themselves into animals or adopting the appearance of inanimate things. Here are 10 unusual people who take plastic surgery too far. Before continuing, please be sure to give this video a like. Number 10. Ethan. When he was just 11 years old, Ethan developed a tattoo obsession. He was already stretching out his ears with plugs, which wasn't all that strange at the time because it was quite fashionable. But this attractive young man became more interested in altering his body because he wanted to stand out. By the time he was 22 years old, Ethan had undergone 40 surgeries to modify his body as a result of experimenting with various tattoos. He had numerous operations, including those to tattoo his eyeballs, clip his tongue, and remove his belly button. With hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers and a body covered in tattoos from head to toe, he is one of the most altered young persons alive. This is enough evidence to show how enthralled people are by his distinctive appearance. A fact, when Ethan wanted to have his eye tattoos, he took a very serious danger of going blind, but everything worked out fine. Number 9. Pixie Fox. In 2015, Pixie Fox sought to get the smallest waistline imaginable. To accomplish this, she began by wearing a corset every single day. At first, this got her to approximately 18 inches, which is not terrible, but she wanted more, so Pixie felt it would be better to have 6 of her ribs removed. Her prior cosmetic surgeries included a Brazilian butt lift, liposuction on her inner and outer thighs, 4 nose jobs, cheek fillers, 4 breast augmentations, lip fillers, a small brow lift, permanent makeup, and Botox treatments. Wow, that's a long list. She intends to have additional bodily alterations, which will likely take another 4 hours of operation. My name is Paulina, and I spent almost $200,000 on plastic surgery, she says, and we quote. Number 8. Rodrigo Alves. Rodrigo Alves had always desired to resemble the Ken doll in every aspect. He went ahead and spent over $900,000 on plastic operations to achieve this Dalek image because it takes a lot of plucking, lasers, bleach, and makeup, not only on the face, but down to the slick plastic-like skin. Perhaps the desire to alter his body was sparked by the bullying he experienced in high school over his appearance. It's not surprising that Rodrigo fell in love with surgeries after his parents took him for breast removal surgery at age 17. Rodrigo's parents took him for the procedure because he had experienced abnormal hormonal fluctuations when he was 16 that caused him to grow breasts. He was also constantly teased about his potato-like nose. In addition to undergoing numerous skin grafting procedures to give him shiny skin, Rodrigo underwent roughly 10 surgeries to perfect his Ken nose. Unfortunately, an infection developed during the 6th surgery nearly killed him, but he managed to survive since he breathes through his mouth. He can't even take incense because his breathing isn't functioning as it should. Later, he had another surgery to make his arms more muscular, but it left him paralyzed. Despite the very real threat of having his arms amputated, he survived and was able to get them back to work. Number 7. Toby Sheldon. There are a lot of people who would like to be like their favorite superstars, but nobody has ever attempted to replicate them exactly. That is, until Toby Sheldon. He was so in love with Justin Bieber that he made the conscious decision that he wanted to resemble his idol. Toby went to a plastic surgeon with a picture of Justin Bieber and instructed him to make him precisely like that since he was so envious of Bieber's amazing looks when he first became well known. This cost him more than $100,000, as he repeatedly had his lips, nose, eyes, hair, and face altered until he thought it looked perfect. When it became known that Toby had undergone numerous procedures to resemble Justin, he was ridiculed. Later, in 2014, he was featured on the program Botched, which features people who have undergone terrible plastic surgery. But this is not the end of the story. Toby attempted to use his similarity to Justin Bieber to launch his music career, but it was a complete failure. He vanished in 2015 and was eventually discovered dead in a motel after abusing dangerous drugs. Number 6. Cindy Jackson. Before learning that Cindy Jackson had more than 45 non-surgical procedures and 14 surgical operations performed to achieve that look, you wouldn't notice anything unusual about her looks. She has so far undergone 3 facelifts, 2 nose jobs, 2 eyelid lipectomies, and a chin reduction. She also had chemical peels and Botox fillers for semi-permanent makeup. When Cindy's father passed away at the age of 21, she started using the inheritance money to pay for a few cosmetic treatments, since she had never liked the way she looked and viewed this as a great opportunity to change the way she looked. Cindy's addiction caused her to start changing her body only a few months apart, and she once established a record for the most plastic surgeries done on one person. Despite breaking that mark, she continued to have a necklace created. Cindy eventually established her own plastic surgery counseling business, where the attractive woman advises famous people on how to achieve natural results from their operations. Number 5. Vanilla Chamu. Eyelid surgery is a common practice among Japanese people who desire to look more Western. In fact, it has become fairly popular over time. Vanilla Chamu, however, chose to go a step further. The Japanese model started her journey toward becoming a French doll in 2013. She started by having her skin bleached to look Caucasian. Then she had her hair dyed ginger. And then she worked on her face, lips, and nose. All of these procedures began when the model was in her teens, when she also had her breasts enlarged and her chin altered. Of course, this wouldn't be complete without the well-known eyelid surgery. Vanilla spent almost $100,000 on over 30 plastic operations, but she isn't finished yet. She intends to undergo even the risky height-lengthening procedure that would send anyone quaking in their boots. Number 4. Dennis. Dennis, who had a stronger belief in the power of spirit animals, decided to go one step further and take on the appearance of the tiger, a stalking cat, which he considered to be his spirit animal. When Dennis was 23 years old, he got his first tiger stripe tattoo. From that point on, he continued to get more tattoos and had various procedures to change his look so that he looked like a cat. Dennis had his nose flattened, his brow lengthened, and had implants put in. He also had fake whiskers growing out of holes in his lips. It's hard to comprehend the suffering he through to make this happen, but he believes it was all worthwhile, even though in the United States, body changes that are not considered normal by society's standards are banned. He thus had them done by independent artists without anesthetic. Number 3. Getting cosmetic surgery to look younger is quite common, but have you ever heard of procedures to make you look older? Anne, a grandmother at the age of 47, was unhappy that her son was frequently confused for her boyfriend and that she was flirting with younger men in their 20s, which caused her marriage to fail in 2 long-term relationships. Anne became fed up with this and the jealousy from her friends and decided that it would be better to make herself look older. Number 2. Eric Sprague, often known as the Lizard Man, had more than 700 hours of tattooing to achieve his goal of appearing exactly like a lizard. The tattoos gave him realistic-looking reptile scales. He also had implants in his eyebrows and a split tongue to give his face the appearance of a reptile. Why would somebody go this far with strange changes and get used to staring while touring the world in freak shows? He thought of himself as a mythical being, and that is how he appears to do so. Number 1. Herbert Chavez. Everyone, especially those who grew up watching superheroes like Spider-Man and Superman on television, had wacky desires when they were 5, but one man decided to make this wish come true. Herbert always dreamed of becoming Superman, and while we believed it would be as easy as entering a phone booth and emerging altered, Herbert underwent 19 procedures between 1995 and 2012, spending more than $8,000 in total. Talk about a man who was committed to the process. App implants, lip liposuction, skin whitening, and nose jobs were among the procedures he underwent as soon as he was able to attain the desired look. Herbert would dress up as Superman every day, even venturing out into the streets. He confessed that he likes Superman because he is a wonderful man, attractive, and helps people. The video for today has come to an end. Which one, in your opinion, went too far in terms of plastic surgery? Do you believe the list should have included any additional people who are passionate about plastic surgery? Share your opinion in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, and turn on your post notifications to ensure you never miss a video.